Yes, help.
When we got here,
when I arrived on scene, I was kind of a little bit behind of what was transpiring. I think what lacked was communication between everybody on scene of what was evolving and what was transpiring. So just getting a good response from everybody that was on scene, what they had, what they observed. Yeah, just basically communication was lacking. Yes, when usually in most instances, when you arrive on scene of anything, could be crash, could be any call of any nature, usually communicate what's transpiring, and that way people can coordinate what they need, what they've done. So yeah, this communication conference to decide probably would have been the best situation in this incident.
Hey,
Christian, we're trying to help you, all right? We can't help you if you have that knife around you. Can you just drop it? Don't pick him up, all right?
and see if we can throw that knife in the back seat for us.
Can you throw that knife in the back seat?
All right, so Mr. Glass had a knife or a weapon in the area of him. So I initially told him to not touch anything, and I gave him conflicting instructions to throw the knife in the back seat after Collins relayed. Maybe you should have him throw the knife in the back. So just conflicting information provided to Glass kind of gave him more confusion. I would have just told him not to touch anything, and that would be it. If any other information was relayed to me, I would already say, I gave him instructions already. Let's leave it at that.
Christian.
If we pop this, or yeah, he's got my punch. Stop reaching, buddy. Hey, no. That's a no-go, man. Drop it. I could maybe pop it with the speed.
So based on what I observed in the video, just forced entry. We probably had time to our advantage, so that also needed just to be communicated what was going to be done and how we were going to go about it. So communication-wise was lacking there. In retrospect, I think, yeah, better communication between everybody on scene and just more planning. It wasn't urgency to get him out of the vehicle. I think time was on our side, so just relaying that when he picked up a weapon in his hand, we had time. Effectively, personally, being brought through this whole situation, kind of my stress level, the unknown, and then this stress-related just everything stress-related kind of messes with you personally. Going to court, kind of professionally, thinking about work as well. Professionally, kind of put a pause to everything in my life. I was reassigned to an administrative position within the patrol, which kind of put a damper on excelling in a career in law enforcement, promoting, and the specialty units that may have been available to me. So that's how it impacted me.
Do you think it's had a pretty profound impact in your life?
Yes. Just thinking about the situation, every time it comes up in the media, every time I go to court, stress is always there. So based on my training, I received training, so hopefully any future contacts, I'm better off knowing what I know now, have more tools in my tool belt. So things like in this nature will be able to get resolved a little bit more thorough.
All right, we got him contained for now.
Yeah, we're not gonna
Stop
rush it.
sticks are here. Do we need to start getting a supervisor monitoring on this, or just? You want me to try real quick?
Roll down the window. Will you roll down the window? I can't hear you.
What I think went wrong was a breakdown in communication. I believe that this is the third or fourth time that I have tried to ask my partner, would you like me to take over this contact? What I think wrong there, what I think went wrong there is either I didn't say it loud enough, I didn't say it clear enough, or potentially he wasn't listening. If I had a time machine to go back on this one, I would have tried again. Right there, I was attempting to mellow out the situation and calm everybody down. Let's get a supervisor monitoring. But after, hey bud, do you want me to take over the contact? And then going right back into what was going on, if I could go back, I would tap him on the shoulder or maybe speak a little bit louder and say, hey bud, do you want me to take this contact over? I think I can develop rapport with them. Would you like me to give it a shot?
I don't know.
It's going
I don't know.
in and out.
We've tried. He's
What's up, Christian?
he's switching between lucidity
Yeah,
and
it's-
not.
You can
Can you
you
hear
can see
me?
it in his eyes because
He believes
hear
what's
you?
going on.
yeah.
He's honest to God scared shitless.
As you can hear me on this one, I'm trying to dictate to Officer Morrow, what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing. At this point in my mind, I'm starting to see that above anything else that we're seeing, motor vehicle accident, DUI, DUID, what have you, that my main prerogative at this point is starting to shift and switch to psychological. This is a psychological issue. I can see it in his eyes that he's scared. What I would do differently in the future is I wouldn't have just told Morrow. I'm not sure where Buin is during that specific clip, but when he got back in my field of view, maybe I should have told him the same thing. You know, Chief Williams is, you know, he's dealing with Mr. Glass at the time, so I doubt he heard me. I should have possibly said that a second time, a little bit louder. Hey guys, I'm starting to think this is a psych. I can see it in his eyes. You know, he's scared.
Open the door, buddy. Where's the best spot that I'm gonna hopefully
I
not
want
hurt him?
you on top of the hood with a gun on him if he's got that knife in his lap.
Is that where you want me?
Yeah.
All right. Morrow, switch out with me.
Something better, because your ass doesn't do any better.
Right. Well, I've shattered plenty of windows with it, but I just don't want to hurt him.
Where's that blade?
I don't see it.
He dropped, but it's right.
It's right, yeah, it's
on
that,
You got it in his lap?
Baton in the right door too. I can see it.
He has a baton?
Yeah, he
right?
does. Like a tire thumper.
Tactically, I understand his request to ask me to stand on the hood of the vehicle. You see later on in the body cam footage that Mr. Glass is attempting to get out of the vehicle with a knife in his hand while Chief Williams is sitting right there. It did offer an advantage of better view. I was able to locate a secondary weapon, and I was able to see clearly what was going on inside of the vehicle. What I think went wrong, however, you know, is I believe that possibly being on the hood may have re-agitated him. It may have put more pressure on him. What I would do differently, or if I had a chance to go back and do it again, even hypothetically, if I was to hop up on top of the hood after noticing that it was potentially re-agitating him, I could have told Buin or told somebody else, hey, I think that this is being counterproductive. I think this is scaring him more. I've seen what I've seen. If need be, we can back off and reevaluate. If need be, I can get right back up there. But for the time being, while we were still trying to develop rapport and talk with him, I think getting off of the hood could have potentially calmed the situation down. Professionally, I'll never be known as, you know, the police officer that holds the record for written compliments. I'll never be known as that, you know, incredibly nice guy cop that I really, really, really worked on and developed and trained myself to be. For the remainder of my life, I will be known for this situation. Professionally, I won't be known as the top graduate of my police academy. I won't be known as that guy that made thousands upon thousands of contacts with people that left thinking, my God, what a nice guy. I'm glad he's here. All of that goes away at this point. All of that work that I did, all of those extra hours, all of the time lost with my family, that sacrifice is gone now because I'll be known for this for the remainder of my life professionally. Personally, I've watched my mother lose hair over the past 3 years. I've had 2 stress-related cardiac incidents that were confirmed to be stress-related. I was cardioverted on a table because of this incident, after the death threats, after the hate, So how is it affecting me personally? I almost died after this.
Why can you tell me about what's going on? We're trying to help you out. Okay, I see that. I see you're being cooperative. So, you know, the best way that you can help us out is just, you know, by putting away anything that you may have on you, and then allowing us to talk to you outside of the vehicle. That would be the best situation for all of us right now. You know, I see you're doing the heart thing with your hands, but we love you too. We just want you to be safe. That's awesome. That's awesome. Where'd you get that?
Can you see Buin?
I love it.
Okay.
I love it. How about this? If we can just get you and just get you and only you to come out and talk to us, and I want to see that too. I want to see that rock too. So, so does that sound good? Does that sound good? If we can get you to come out and talk to us? Like this? Okay. Well, you know, it makes it easier if you come out and talk to me in person and you can show me your cool little heart rock. Do you think we can make that happen?
Come on, man.
Because, you know, it's more difficult to talk to you in the car and see your cool heart rock when we're inside the car, when you're inside the car and I'm standing out here.
That's the guy.
So,
Do you have a real name yet?
Christian.
so how do you think that we can get you to step out to talk to me? If you don't want to talk to them, you can.
So, at this point, and it would have been technically before this point, it would have been when I arrived on scene. There is this idea of removing Christian from the vehicle. At that point, I should have asked, what is the reason for wanting to remove him from the vehicle? There was, before I arrived, there was some type of implied threat. I should have asked what exactly the nature of that threat was. What was it? What is the rush? What is the need to remove him from the vehicle? Because what you see is that you just simply have someone sitting in a car. He's not showing any type of threatening demeanor. He's not holding any weapons. There is no exigency at that point to remove him from the vehicle, and on the medical side of things, he's not going into an OD, he's not going unconscious. The proper course of action would have been to slow things down and see why exactly it is that he needed to be removed from the vehicle, and why as quickly as they were trying to get him out of the car. What was the need to remove him from the vehicle at that time?
Yeah. Hey, we're popping.
Hey, Christian, look up at me here. Christian, he's got a knife in his hand.
Knife in his hand.
Knife in his hand.
Knife in his hand. Watch crossfire. Watch crossfire.
At this point in time, it is the direct result of attempting to break the glass on the windows that leads him to picking up the knife inside of the car. Because prior to this point, he was not presenting any type of behavior that might be perceived as concerning. But breaking the windows or trying to break the windows clearly was the factor in determining that, he's going to pick up this knife now. At that point in time, and seeing that and seeing where that was leading, everyone should have taken a step back and kind of delayed things and taken a breather. So, we're taught with, I'll tie this to uses of force as well, with, any type of use of force that you use, anything that you do, you're supposed to pause and assess, pause and assess. Here, that was not done. It was just boom, 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 boom. And, and by the time it's over, it's too late. I believe that we would have been able to get him to calm back down to a state where, we could speak to him again. It might take a second, it might take a couple minutes, it might take many minutes. At that point, it takes however long it takes, because clearly that approach was not working, and that result, you clearly saw it was not going anywhere good.
Okay, we're gonna have to take out the window.
I'm going to have to break your window, man. Okay?
Come on.
Can you break it outward? Christian, can you break the window this way?
cute
It's
girls
all
get
work,
up there.
I can
Don't
do
let the
it.
old girl do it.
So this is, you know, they're talking about wanting to break the windows at this point. And it's just busy. You know, you see how many people are around, you see how many people are right up next to the windows. You've got someone on the hood with a gun, you've got people with flashlights. You have this many people right up close to someone who is in a vehicle, who is arguably experiencing some type of mental health crisis, and trying to convince this person to leave the car. If I were in his shoes, if I was experiencing some type of crisis and I had several people with guns and flashlights standing outside of my windows and trying to convince me to come out of a car, I probably would not want to come out. So starting with professionally, I will say that generally I am very even-keeled and I don't get complaints. I started getting complaints on my demeanor on traffic stops and at work, and that was starting to, because of being kind of short-fused, it was rubbing off on the people around me. And it kind of started to create a negative work environment for everyone. So there's that, and personally, this is, I will just say that this is not something that I ever intended to experience, nor is it something that I ever want to experience again. It is something that has stayed with me. Upon getting home, I was very upset. I had difficulty sleeping. I'm quite certain it led to the disintegration of the relationship that I was in at the time. And most notably with that, the individual I was involved with noted that I could no longer make the heart shape with my hands at her. That was a gesture that we had exchanged very, very regularly. I couldn't do it anymore, and I still can't do it to this day. If I see people do that at me, I can't do it back. I can't.